I would highly 1,000% recommend getting this deck. This is like the angel cards for the real witches, the real occultists, the real magical practitioners. I really love this freaking deck. Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the brand new Be Not Afraid Oracle. Hello loves. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I am going to be unboxing this brand new Oracle deck that was just sent to me by Jennifer Sodini and Running Press Publishers. If you've been following me for a long time, then you might remember that 6 years ago, I reviewed the Amenti Oracle deck, which is the same creator and apparently the same artist as well. So when the publishers reached out to me about this deck, I was super excited. So I have not opened this yet. So you guys, this is going to be like a blind reaction of me opening this. I seem to have a lot more information about the Amenti because I like Googled everything and all that. No, I'm going in completely blind. This is Be Not Afraid, a deck of biblically accurate angels and celestial magic by Jennifer Sodini. And the artist is Natalee Miller. Right off the bat, first impressions. My box got a little dinged up, but that's nobody's fault. This is an interesting size box. Is it the same as this? No, it's bigger than the Amenti. So if you're interested in getting this and you know the Amenti, and it's like an odd shape, which I was like, this is interesting. I've never seen a box that's this shape. In case you don't know, I am a tarot collector. I'm a professional tarot reader. And I have about 50 decks. I haven't counted them in a while, but I think it's around 50. I will show you a quick snapshot of my tarot decks. So I'm just going to read the back of this to give you guys an idea of what this deck is. Reveal the undeniable magic of biblically accurate angels. Angels have evoked all bewilderment and even fear within humanity for ages. Through this oracle deck, learn to explore the heavenly realms of these divine beings and the limitless opportunity they offer. Each of the 44 cards depicts a different Empyrean figure as described in historical texts. So the art looks really beautiful. It's the same art vibe as the Amenti. So let's open up. When we open it, it looks like this. Smells like freshly printed. Okay, interesting little, cute little like wallpaper. Oh, the guidebook is big. It's bigger than the other one, and it's mostly black inside. I love a colored guidebook. I love a colored guidebook. I really do. I don't even know if they did that in the last one. The guidebook is really pretty. I don't know. I always feel like it's a missed opportunity when they make the guidebooks like black and white. This is really beautiful. Okay. And it's that same floppy. It's like it looks like a hard copy, but it's floppy. I do have a feeling that once I start to work with this, maybe even now, we'll see. But once I start to work with this, I have a feeling these angels are going to start visiting me because I am psychic and pick up those psychic things. Okay, so just like the Amenti Oracle, this, which I like, this has like the keepsake box, which is like the big giant box, but then the cards come in another little box, which I think that's great. I think it covers all the bases for people. Some people don't like to carry all this around. I am a collector, so I keep all the things and I keep it all together. I like that. I like the boxes. I'm not really somebody who like travels with my tarot cards. Most of the time they stay at home with me, but it's got really pretty art on it. It's interesting because just like the Amenti, it's like weird, which I like. I like the eccentric nature of this artistic interpretation of these specific concepts. Like I like that. Okay. Let's dive right in. shall we? It seems like they're the same size as the Amenti, which is like it's like a little bit wider than a regular tarot. Like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is probably like a little thicker than that. Still easy in the hands. Oh, this feels ancient and intense. I love the background here, how it's ombre. We've got like it's like that soft lavender into that, I don't know, what is that? Cyan, light turquoise kind of a vibe. I mean, the art is just clearly stunning. It feels like every single one of these pieces of artwork, just like the Amenti, it feels like every single one of these pieces of artwork could be hanging up in somebody's home. And it would be this really beautiful, interesting piece. It's got this kind of retro, it's like I said in the Amenti Oracle review, it was like 80s nightclub meets ancient Egypt for that. And this is more like, it's got that still, like, it's not 80s nightclub, but it's still got a little bit of an 80s retro vibe to it. But there's something a little bit deeper. I don't know how to describe it. The use of color is really beautiful. The depth, the light and shadow that's being used here is really beautiful. It's weird, and I like it. I like weird. It's got like Ziggy Pop vibes. You know what I mean? David Bowie. I don't know, because it says it's biblically accurate, but I don't know how much creative license the artist took. So it's like, is it really biblically, what parts of it is really biblically accurate? I'm going to dive into the guidebook and we'll see. It's giving like 80s superhero. I can't think of what that like 80s superhero was. One thing that is different from the Amenti Oracle deck that was my complaint is that this one is numbered. So that's good. So when we open the guidebook here, before using this deck, we highly recommend performing the following cleansing ritual in an indoor space that holds personal significance and ensures privacy. So, at your altar or wherever your sacred space is. Place the deck within a circle of kosher salt. Light a white candle and say the following prayer. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. On my right, Michael. On my left, Uriel. This gesture purifies the space and creates a protective barrier to ensure your work is aligned with the highest energies. Now give the cards a vigorous shuffle, imprinting them with your intentions for working with their magic. When you reorganize the well-shuffled cards, knock on the cards 3 times. Knock on the cards 4 times before using it for your reading. Do the same thing before putting the cards away. While this may seem superstitious, the energies attached to this work come from one of the most potent, if not the most potent, spiritual dimensions one can know. Protect the cards and their influence on your life by taking extra care to ensure they are fully programmed with proper intentions. We recommend fostering a deep connection with this deck and that you first begin using it for your own personal practice before utilizing these cards to read for others. We also recommend you avoid lending your deck to anyone. We're not lending decks out, are we? Y'all better not be lending your decks out. You can give decks away when you're finished with them, but don't be lending them out. Is that a thing? Don't do that, guys. We also recommend avoid lending your decks out to anyone or allowing others to pull cards at random. Just as I felt like before I even got this deck, and it's so interesting is because there is something that Jennifer here is tapping into. I'm just reading it clairvoyantly and psychically that goes far beyond the artwork. It goes far beyond the cards themselves. It goes far beyond the words that are going to be in this book. I haven't even read these words yet, but these are angelic beings that have visited, who knows, probably trillions upon trillion, infinite amount of people throughout the multiverse, throughout history. I mean, you know, these are beings that have existed before time existed. And so I could tell, I'm also like, the more psychic I become in life, you know, I've been training as a psychic for 10 years, so over 10 years. And so on top of that, I was already psychic to begin with. So when you become aware of a new realm and a new plane of existence, you can't unsee it. And sometimes it is terrifying because you don't understand it. And so, and for me, sometimes when I start to read someone or something, or somebody asks me a question and I start to read it, I get such an influx of information that it's like my body can't handle it. It's too much to process. And so so actually what I'm going to do right now, before I even start to read about these particular angels, I'm going to close down my lower chakras because I have not, you know, cleansed this deck or did, you know, I'm just unboxing it right now. So I am going to close down my lower chakras. The angels are like, yeah, that's a good idea. Because otherwise it will be a bit of a shock to my body. But I just know personally that, you know, it's interesting the way this all worked out because I haven't been in contact with this with Jennifer Sodini. I mean, I've never been in contact with Jennifer Sodini, but her publishing company, I've been in contact with them for 6 years. And they just out of the blue reached out to me. And I really think that it's probably for me because it's at a time when these angels are ready to show themselves to me. And so I would say that if you find this deck for yourself, that it's likely because there are a lot of angelic beings that are wanting to make themselves aware to you. And that's how they become a help for you. Because when it comes to spirituality in the spirit realm, you can't unsee anything. So you can try, you know what I mean? You can numb out, you could try. Trust me, we all have. You can try to live a normal life, but you'll never be normal again once you have these experiences. And so they're not going to show themselves to you until it's time. And so I'm feeling like if this deck finds its way to you, it's because these particular angels are wanting to visit you. This deck, for me, more than even the Amenti Oracle for Jennifer, and I know she's done some other decks that I have not, or she's participated in creating some other decks that I have not seen. The energy behind this deck and this guidebook, and even the information in it, far exceeds the deck itself, far exceeds this is truly a magical deck. Not to say that the Amenti Oracle was not also a magic deck. This is different. I can feel it. Maybe I'm more tuned in than I was 6 years ago. That's very likely, but no, this feels, when I'm looking at it, like I'm seeing these cards and they're beautiful cards. Like they're beautiful cards. That's undeniable. They make you feel something, but it's like the energy behind these, where sometimes the art is the energy, the art itself carries the energy, or the words carry the energy. But I don't know. It's like the actual physical cards themselves in this guidebook is like 20% of what this deck really is. And the other 80% is the angels. I don't know. Sorry, I just went off on a whole little tangent there, but here's what I want to do. I want to dive into the cards a little bit. First card is the angelic realm. Asaya, the world of action, synchronicity, angel numbers, the atomic presence. This is the gateway to these cards. I'm just reading it psychically. I feel it in my bones. I almost feel like this is like the gateway into, the angelic realm. This card itself, the information about this card holds that information in it. Angels, often serving as personal stewards or guardians, are believed to be assigned to human beings at birth and accompany them throughout their lives. These beings are the closest to human affairs and receive their guidance directly from the archangels. Unlike humans, angels are immortal, eternal forces of energy, existing in a state of perpetuity beyond the limits of relativity. Angels are powers which transcend the logic of our existence. An angel can be considered a direct cable to the creative presence that flows through and animates life in every world and dimension. To be touched by this energy is to tap into the omnipresent force manifested in various forms such as sudden bursts of heavenly insight, an inexplicable shiver, states of creative flow. I just want to point out that I'm starting to feel tingles in my body as I'm reading this. So it's already happening. This is powerful. Magic. Using your non-dominant hand, ask your angel to guide your words as you write a letter, imploring your guardian angel to tell you why you were chosen as the soul for it to guide what it is hoping to show you within your lifetime here on Earth. Okay, this is pretty wild because a lot of us tarot and oracle deck collectors, we have seen angel cards, right? Doreen Virtue, before she completely denounced all oracle and tarot decks, she was doing angel cards. There are other people that are doing angel cards, but it was always like the positive, the lighthearted, the light side of the angel realm. But this is, once I started to learn about the occult, they're working with angels in a different way. This feels like that. This feels like the way we're the really deep, intense, like powerful, beautiful, light, but also a little terrifying way to work with angels. I am going to really love this deck. I'm just telling you right now, because it's got all the things. It's got, like, this is for the real witches. This is like the angel cards for the real witches, the real occultists, the real magical practitioners. This is not like, this is some deep shit right here. This book is coded with the energy of each particular angel. And in learning about said angel, you are unlocking access to it. You are inviting it into your experience and its teachings. Okay, magic. To connect with this angel, go outside and immerse. I love that they have magical practices in how this is so powerful, you guys. I mean, here's what I want to say. The only thing, this is not a complaint at all, but like the only thing is, you might be drawn to just the artwork in this. Like, you might just be like, oh, this is so pretty. I want to get this deck. And like, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into because you just think it's like, it looks like it could just be like a lighthearted. It's not. There's something about it that sparks curiosity. There's something about it that feels more authentic. It feels like previously any angel deck that you might have gotten felt a little bit like for children. Like angels for children. You know how like they used to like change the Bible for children and they would take out all the gory parts, the really horrific parts about the Bible. This is like, it feels intriguing. It sparks curiosity when you look at the artwork, but the colors are, like it's purple and it's blue. And then it's like, then you start reading the book and it shows you magic and you might not realize, like, I'm telling you right now, just as a psychic, this is what I'm picking up. If you get this effing deck and you pull a card, ask a question or whatever, that angel will be like following you for the next week, 2 weeks, 2 years. And you will see that angel making changes in your life. Now, you could be someone that just, like it said in the beginning, like, just, pulling cards at random and just being sort of flippant and cavalier about it. And the angels are going to ignore you. I don't know. I can see some like young teen new witches or something, like maybe buying this and like having not a clue about what they're doing or what they're getting into and just taking this really lightly and be like, oh, that's a pretty card. Oh, what's that mean? And not really knowing what it means. And then I don't see like the angels coming to them because the angels are like, oh no, they ain't ready. Just let them look at the pretty pictures. You know what I mean? But people like me, the angels are like, we've been waiting. We've been waiting. I mean, you know, I've worked with angels already, but this just feels deeper. To connect with this angel, go outside and immerse yourself in the natural world. Invoke this messenger by whispering this call as if the words are a gentle breeze. Orakio, I call upon you. Grant me the ability to perceive the hidden magic within the earth. Heart just opened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even read this whole thing because they'll all be here. Briefly close your eyes and take a deep breath. When you reopen your eyes, observe your environment and take note what visions, feelings, or ideas arise. This, I just have to say, Jennifer Sodini, job fucking well done. Job fucking well done. Like I said, I am a tarot collector. I have a lot of decks that are even, you know, witchy decks that invite you to practice magic. This feels different. This feels like I could pick one, honestly, I could pick one card a week. I could pick one fucking card a week. I could read, you know, it's not overwhelming, right? For one card, we've got, let's see, the cherubim. So for this, it's 1, 2, 3, okay, 3 pages. And then it comes with magic to practice. That's so bite size and manageable. Yet, for somebody who, let's say you're just starting off in magic, I don't know that I would just, yeah, I think you could just, if you're really serious about magic, if you really feel the call to magic and you feel the call to this, then this would be and you're just starting magic, this would be a great place to start. This is biblical. This is going to be Hebrew Kabbalistic magic that you will be working. There is some debate from Jewish witches that it is a closed practice. So I don't know. I would love to hear what Jennifer Sodini says about that. But most of the Hebrew witches that I have heard from, not all of them, but most of them have said, you know, as long as you really respect the art and you come at it from respect, which, I mean, these angels just won't fucking work with you if you don't. And, you know, and otherwise they'll just clash with your life and then you'll just be fucking your own life up. You know, magic is no joke. So that's debatable. That's just something to be aware of. I don't know if Jennifer is Jewish or Hebrew. I don't really know. So she could be, and if so, then she has every right to share this practice, right? Like, so that's debatable, but I just love that you could pull one card a day and you could practice each of these little like magical rituals that they share. Look at this one. On Saturday night, light a purple candle and recite the following poem. Candle of the evening sky, shine light into my soul, illuminate what was once lost, show me what to know. Release the amniotic amnesia so that I may remember and truly see. Layla, my angel, breathe the mysteries of life into me. I mean, this is gorgeous. And you have a symbol to work with. This is beautiful. I love this. I think that this deck is for the real witches and occultists and Kabbalists and Hermeticists. And, you know, this is for the ones that are really interested in that deeper magic. And that it's not for the faint of heart, but there is a deep amount of payoff, I think, in a book like this. In a deck. Look, I'm like, just the book alone. I really love this freaking deck. I'm really excited to tap into this, to pull these cards. I'm definitely going to do the ritual that she suggests. I love that she's kind of acting as like head high priestess and teaching us all magic. Being a magical practitioner and keeping up with your practices every day, it's not easy. You know, we live in a life of muggles. And, you know, I'm a single mom. I got 2 kids. It's, you know, I'm driving one to school, getting her up in the morning, and then I'm driving the other one to work, and then I got to pick that one up from school and then pick that one up from work. It's like I'm cleaning the house. It's like, you know, it can be so easy to lose ourselves in the mundane. So having a tiny little practice where you just, you know, you light a purple candle and you whisper a poem into it, or, you know, you go outside in nature and you whisper into the winds and let the winds carry it. And using these angelic assistants that are here to help us. And let me tell you, every single time I even think about practicing magic, I can feel my little spirit family get super excited. Like, yes, you know, these angels feel different. They feel timeless. They feel like they exist certainly outside of time, where a lot of my guides, I don't like to call them guides, they're like my soul family, but a lot of them, they exist within time. So that's a little bit different. This is a weird unboxing, isn't it? It's kind of a weird review, right? Maybe not what anybody was expecting. But I'm going to say I would highly 1,000% recommend getting this deck. It says on the box that it's $30 US. I did see that you can get it, I think, on Amazon right now for a little bit, like a couple bucks cheaper. I know we're supposed to be boycotting Amazon, but when we do that, we also boycott these, you know, people who are creating beautiful books and beautiful decks and things like that. So, you know, that's kind of a hard thing, but I'm sure there's other places you can buy this deck as well if you are currently boycotting Amazon, which I get and I support. I've been doing my best to cut down on ordering from Amazon. I only absolute necessities that I can't find anywhere else. So absolutely 1,000% do I recommend. I'm excited to dive into this deck, but there's something within me, and maybe you feel this too if you buy this deck, or if you know, once you get this deck, that feels like I need to really take my time. Like it's going to take me a good maybe year, 9 months of acclimating to this deck, to the energy of this deck. It's not the deck. It's not the book. It's not the deck. It's the energy. It's the magic behind it. I wouldn't be surprised if she really did like a big ritual around this deck. I'd be interested to hear that story. Maybe it's in the book. I don't know. But I mean, how could she not have done powerful, powerful magic when tuning into each and every one of these things? I have a feeling that she did that, and which makes it so much more intentional. And not that not everybody does that, but I don't know, just feels more powerful to me than almost any other deck that I've ever had. And even when you think about tarot, like the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is the one that we all see the most. It has so much symbolism in it, but like it even feels like that symbolism has been whitewashed over time. Even like I have like the old guidebook from that. And the old guidebook from that doesn't even match what we as tarot readers consider those cards to mean at this point. Like it's evolved so much, and it's confusing. Like you can tell it's very like it's like a time capsule. You know, it was very much like made for that time. And then I don't know how to describe that. Like it just, you don't feel as much of the magic. And I think that so many people have placed so much meaning onto the tarot that it's almost like it gets clouded up. And also so many people have made so many different tarot decks off of that one. They all are based, most of the time are based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is not the original tarot deck, but it's one of the most popular ones. And it probably is the most popular one. And so it's like, it almost like it changes the meaning of it. And then it doesn't become, like it becomes less celestial it becomes, I don't know how to describe it, but this is a magic that cannot be altered. This kind of particular Kabbalistic magic, working with these kinds of angels, this biblical Hebrew stuff, like this kind of magic cannot be altered. When you do when you do rituals using this kind of like, hermetic rituals or something like that, it's like you have to strip yourself down to meet the magic where it is. You don't get to bring that down to your level and have it meet you where you are, where a lot of the other books or a lot of the other decks, it's as if we're bringing it down to, we've taken a lot of the original meanings and we've like modernized them. We brought them down to where we are. Whereas this, even though this artwork is, it's a more modern, I guess, interpret these angels, it doesn't change the energy of it just can't be. It can't be changed. I don't know if that makes any gosh darn sense, but that's it. What else do you want me to say? I think that's all. I think I've said enough. I don't know if that made you want to purchase this. If you feel called to do it, if you feel the angels calling you, that would be the reason to buy this. I feel something here before I feel anything here, like looking at this. You know what I mean? And I think to call it "Be Not Afraid" in a time like now is quite an interesting title. So congratulations, Jennifer Sodini and Natalee Miller. Beautiful artwork. Powerful, powerful guidebook. Powerful work. I'm very excited. I love when a real occultist or witch, I don't know how she identifies, but I love when a real true magical practitioner does this kind of work. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I wasn't tuned into it before and now I am. But I don't think that's true. I mean, I got 50 decks, so I've never felt quite like this with a deck. And not to not give credit to Jennifer, because clearly she gets credit for that, but like, it's not her. She is the catalyst, the channel, the avenue through which these angels are connecting. And that's cool. All right, my loves, that's it. I'll put all the links to Jennifer's like Instagram and whatnot down in the description if you want to grab one of these. I don't receive any compensation for that. So it's not like you're helping me. I don't have any special link, but she did send me this for free, which I appreciate. And I'm very excited to dive into even more. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for watching this unboxing and review of the Be Not Afraid Oracle deck. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to pick one up yourself. If you have not, if you're new to me, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you liked it so that others just like you can access my videos. All right, my loves, I will see you on the next video.